Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pirates Esports, Pirates GG. My name is Ram Boeing, and joined with me today is the wonderful Black Bloxer. How you doing?
I mean, I'm excited. This is some Welsh esports, which I gotta
Yeah.
be honest, I've never covered any Welsh esports before.
I don't even know where Wales is on the map, so we're both in for a very brand new experience here today. Definitely different than our NLC usual NLC routes, but we're
Hmm.
really excited to bring you. We got the Pirates versus the Dragons, the true fantasy matchup that we got going on today.
It should be super interesting. I mean, not seen a lot of these teams, got some OP.GGs to look through and stuff, and I gotta say, a lot of the champion pools are a little bit weird. We've been having a good joke with Gizmo about if we're gonna see his Ivan support. I mean, I'm here for it. I would love to see some Ivan support, but I
Yeah,
don't know if we're
no.
gonna.
I mean, it'll be a lot of fun, and like I said, I'm just here for really fun time. Who doesn't like to see some fun League of Legends? You know, who cares about the meta? I swear to God, if I see another Yumi, I'm going to have an aneurysm.
Yeah.
But if I could see an Ivan support now, count me in.
I mean, what do you pair with the Ivan support? What AD carry do you want alongside the Ivan support? I feel like it's all bad, so any of them are
Yeah.
equally as good. That's how
I
that
mean, maybe
works.
like a Kaisa, since you have a decent amount of like CC, you can get plasma stacks procced
Mm.
off it. That's maybe the best case. Unless you want to go like super aggressive and maybe like a Draven and throw the Draven right at them. That's like hyper aggressive. That would
That
be
would be
interesting to see.
Yeah, that would be really interesting. I mean, I think that the team that we're up against, the Pirates, played some Draven Nautilus. I think that's the second game of the afternoon. The Goats played some Draven Nautilus in the last game that we saw of them. So there's a possibility for some Dravens back and forth. And yeah, I don't want to see too much of the meta either. I've been following a lot of competitions where, everybody's playing Maokai. Everybody's playing Kai'Sa. I'm bored too. I would love to see something just a little bit more interesting.
If I see one more static Shiv, I'm going to absolutely
Yeah,
lose it. I swear.
honestly, AP Kai'Sa with Static Shiv has been terrorizing my solo queue games, all of the casting that I've done. I do not need any more of it,
Now,
to
if
be
somebody
honest.
did like all in AP Kaisa, like you
Yeah.
don't even go static shiv and you go something spicy, like just full like poke, full W, I mean, that's different. But if I see another static shiv, I'm done. But
Yeah,
yeah. Oh,
agreed.
Casante too with the copy pasta. Oh
It's
my
so
god.
boring. It's so boring, bro.
Yeah.
Let's have something different. Let's have something interesting. I mean, the tournament I just cast had a Jinx top in the final game of a best of five, and it won. The Jinx top Zeri bot lane worked. It won. I still don't really know how, but it happened.
Yeah, some things just work. Sometimes, just being caught off guard completely just helps you win the game.
Yeah.
Surprise is a factor. But yeah, I want some spicy picks. I want to see some absolutely insane drafting. Actually, I don't even want any logic to go in the draft. Okay, maybe we should have some level of logic. We got to take it back here a second. But let's
Maybe a
see.
bit.
Yeah, maybe a bit. Maybe some reasoning. Like, it's not like we should have, I don't know, Graves ADC or something like that. That's too much.
I I'm not a fan of the Graves anyway, so yeah, Graves ADC is a little bit too far. At least the compositions need to work in and of themselves, but some of the picks make it a little bit more spicy. I mean, looking through the champion pools, there's a lot of Trundle and Zac being played, and the Trundle's popping up slowly but surely, but the Zac, I haven't seen that in the meta in a while.
Yeah, it's been I think wasn't there like a Zach mid faker played Zach mid, if I remember
Did he?
correctly? Did he? Or is that no, it was I saw a lot of like Zach mid popping up like way back
Oh
before
god.
Worlds. I think that was a thing.
It
I
might
don't know.
have done, to be honest. The mid lane has been kind of useless for a while. You can see it in the champion pools during MSI. What we had tons of the Nautilus mid. Anything
Mhm.
in order to not actually play mid laners. Now the LeBlanc has popped back up again because of how strong Static Shiv is, but now that's kind of boring. I just want some standard mid laners again. Give me some more Orianna, Corki. That's the kind of matchup
Oh,
I'm looking for.
real you're bringing up Corgi?
Yeah,
Are you,
I miss that.
you missed Corgi?
Yeah.
You missed Corgi. Okay.
The package is a great ability. The way he just flies through the map, burns everybody in his path. I
We're going to
like
have a
that.
talk about this later because you want to bring back the core. I don't know. You want to just see two mid laners just farming for 20 minutes? Is
Yeah.
that really just what you want to see? Okay.
Yeah,
I want to
because
see the
then the
Azir because I
Orianna
want to see like a cool Shurima shuffle. I want to see
Okay,
them get the Emperor Divide in there. I want to see him play.
true.
Orianna can work in some ways, but if I see it, Corki, I'm just going to yawn and fall asleep. You're going to see a play-by-play casters fall asleep.
Yeah, you are right. The Corki isn't the most interesting. There's nothing uninteresting at all about an Orianna, though. You know, that shockwave, the way it can actually change the entire makeup of a draft, that's what I'm here for. I want to see some big wombo combo ultimates. Give me Orianna Malphite. That's what I live on.
Oh man, what was the old? There was another like big, what was it? The submarine comp thing.
Mm.
Is that what they call the submarine comp when they play Orianna into it? I think was it Kha'Zix was another one.
Oh god, I mean, Kha'Zix is kind of meta at the moment, and one of the junglers at least. Yeah, the opposition in this first match, I think, does play a lot of the Kha'Zix, so there is a, distinct possibility that we might be seeing something like that, and god, I gotta be honest, I would love to see something that interesting.
Oh yeah, that'll be so much fun to see. Just not expecting it whatsoever. Just invisible ball just deletes a team. That'll be great. Really fun. I don't know how far we are into draft because we keep talking about draft, but I really want to start seeing some drafting here.
I think we're going to be jumping into it in just a second's time. If we can see into the lobby. I don't think everybody is in it. Both teams seem to be ready soon enough.
Yeah, I think there's just they're having Discord problems with one team is what I'm hearing from our wonderful production here. So you know what? This is a perfect time to bring it up because this is our first time interacting with the Welsh. You know what I'm about to do, right? Because we talked about this before cast.
Yes, we did.
Because like I said, I don't even know where Wales is on the map. Is it part of the quote unquote UK, the United Kingdom?
Yes.
Right? It is? Okay. I didn't know. I don't there's the whole thing with like Northern Ireland and like the rest of Ireland. I don't know. I'm not going to get into the politics of it all.
Northern Ireland, it's complicated. Scotland doesn't want to be part of the UK. Wales, some of it doesn't want to be part of the UK, but they're the happiest, it seems.
Isn't the heir to the throne considered the Prince of Wales, right?
If you ask me a monarchy question, I have no clue.
Aren't you supposed to know monarchy? Like, I know about the presidents, right? I know about my government. Do you not have like a government class over in the UK?
Nope. I mean, we learn about the kings and queens, but you usually focus on like Victoria and Elizabeth and the ones in the past, the fun ones. Nowadays, it's a bit more boring.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with the one I thought was the most interesting. Did you know that Mount Everest was named after a Welshman?
I only did know because you told us that earlier.
Oh yeah, I did tell you this one, but I don't think chat knew about that. Named after Welshman Sir George Everest. He was the surveyor who initially mapped Mount Everest on the map. Fun fact. I did not know that.
I did not.
Let's see. Oh, this is a cool one because this is really important for me because this deals with alcohol. Apparently, did you know Jack Daniels originated in Wales? And we get into the draft. Perfect.
Yeah,
as we're about to talk more about actually we have the preview of the draft, but we get the preview of the draft, and we'll kind of walk alongside folks here at home. Got a Rengar Kha'Zix band and Emilio band.
It's going to be some pretty standard bands right here. We have done a draft poll beforehand, but we'll bring you through these picks, as they come to us on the screen right now. 2 junglers being banned out immediately. You can see a lot of focus, whereas on the other team, it's going to be a lot more focus down towards this bot lane, Milio, Xayah. Fiora taken off the board now. When I was taking a look through some OP.GG's, Sphyxia up in the top lane for the artists plays a lot of Fiora, so makes a lot of sense for that one to be taken away. Nautilus and Kai'Sa.
Kai'Sa? Interesting. Kai'Sa Rel, very good combo. Aggressive. Really great engage. Like you said, aggressive plays. Meanwhile, Nautilus Jarvan also pretty aggressive too.
We'll see what the Nautilus is going to be paired up with. It will be the Varus. They're speeding through this one because this draft has already happened. Varus Nautilus, though, it gives you a lot of poke potential off of the Varus, and he doesn't really need to be babysat, so the Nautilus can go roam around if that's what Gizmo wants to do. Coming into the second phase of bans, Cassante off the board. Hey, we don't have to deal with that one.
No, I don't have to repeat the copy pasta again, because God knows I said that way too many times. We get the Malphite off the table, so no Malphite Orianna submarine comp, sadly. Now, the question I have actually is that Kai'Sa mid or is that Kai'Sa bot lane? I know we're in the latest patch where Kai'Sa mid is maybe not as strong as Kai'Sa bot, but do you think there's the possibility of that?
I think it's just going to be Kai'Sa bot lane. I mean, when you pick the Rel alongside it, it gives you so much engage potential, so much ability to just burst out the opposition, and a really good early game lane that works alongside the Sejuani quite well. So I'd definitely say that it's going to be bot lane. Gwen in the top lane has a great matchup into any potential tanks that we're going to see up there. So not going to expect to see a tank out of Johan. Instead, Urgot is super aggressive.
Ooh, man,
Love it.
Urgot. I don't know the last time I ever saw an Urgot in play. That's
No,
impressive.
not. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I
Okay.
mean, that's a takeaway, actually. I think Wishful Hope, who is the mid lane for the artists on the other side, plays a lot of Akali. So picking up that one, it takes it away from the potential opposition. Syndra instead. Syndra Akali is a pretty skill-based matchup. If you play it well as the Akali, dodge out on that scatter the weak, it can be okay. If not, though, the Syndra definitely can just blow up somebody in the backline. The Varus specifically needs to be very careful.
Yeah, Varus is not going to have a fun time at all. Now, the matchup I'm really confused about is the Urgot into Gwen matchup. I don't know how that works out. I know because I don't think I've ever seen it before, for that matter.
No, I've not particularly either. Gwen, brilliant into a tank matchup, which is exactly why you go for that Urgot in order to just do as much damage as possible early. The Urgot 100% wins this out early on, and then beyond that, is the Urgot ahead? Because if you are ahead coming into that level 6, you should be okay, should be able to transition that into either decent team fights, or as Urgot, you might just want to go split push. The same can be said about the Gwen, though, and once you get that needlework at level 6, Gwen has the ability to potentially go back, try to get a solo kill, so the top lane could definitely be spicy.
Spicy indeed. And we're talking about this, trying to see something more, I don't say traditional, but stuff that we use instead of the typical mid lane meta. We see an Akali Syndra, which I think is going to be really exciting to see. Akali is just also a really cool champ. I don't think it's very fun for the people playing against the Akali, but it's very flashy. It's very cool to see. Trying to get those executions onto the backline will be very, very fun. So that's one I'm champ I'm going to be looking forward to watching right now. Now,
Absolutely.
the Jarvan is the one I'm interested to see because it's been a while since we've seen Jarvan because Jarvan's been kind of replaced by like that Maokai pick instead.
It really has been. The Jarvan in this situation, though, with an Urgot and an Akali, if you can lock somebody into that pit, you can absolutely burst them down, but you don't really have that same wombo combo that you're usually looking for to pair with a Jarvan. You know, Jarvan Oriana's, Jarvan Corki, Jarvan Rumble, something where you're trying to burn people who are locked in a pit. You don't really have that with this composition, but still, it's good early gank potential, and it's decent into the Sejuani. You know, the Sejuani and the Jarvan, they're relatively well matched. Big team fight ultimates, similar clear speeds, quite good at the early ganking. We're expecting to see both of these junglers try to get onto the board early, and with so many explosive lanes, there's not really any lane that you can't potentially gank here.
Yeah, every single lane will have a significant impact later on. I I don't actually know where they're going to gank first. Honestly, I expect more probably towards mid bot lane. That'll be
Mm.
focused there. Mostly because right now we've been seeing now, and it still is, but like an ADC focused meta, like the ADCs are probably one of the most important champions out there. Whether that translates here into the more lower leagues versus like, professional, we're talking like the ERL levels. I don't quite know, but I could definitely see, especially with the picks of Kai'Sa and Varus, that could be the chase. Now, that brings a question I had. What is a Varus pick in this case here? Is that going to be because I think going the poke Varus is going to be a very poor idea here, like going the lethality Varus.
Yeah, when you've got a Sejuani and a Rel, you have to be able to get through them. You know, Poke Virus, it is a potential, but I think in this situation, you probably want to go more of the hybrid build. That is the joy, though, of the current Static Shiv, where you can just take yourself into that hybrid build where you take the Static Shiv and then go AP. It gives you enough wave clear and enough sustained damage that you're okay to be able to get through somebody a little bit more tanky. Urgot Jarvan too, they're decent to be able to get through tanks eventually, so you're not too worried. But yeah, I'm not sure if the full AP Varus is a particularly good idea. Same thing with Kai'Sa though, exactly the same question. Do you go at the hybrid AP build, or is it just more a standard AD carry build? Both of these champions work pretty well on both, but you've got a lot of AP damage out of the Akali, out of the Sindri. You don't really need that extra burst.
Yeah, I'm expecting more because they already got two AP champions with the Gwen and the Syndra. I think that if they're smart, they'll go more into that pure on hit, not less so that AP hybrid, but just purely into that on hit build. So, but we're about to get into the Rift here shortly, folks. We are just moments away for the very first game of the day here with the Pirates. A very interesting matchup, and we can actually kind of see some of the runes here. Anything catching your interest so far?
It looks pretty. Actually, the Conqueror build on the Akali, you can once again see that you've got yourself a Rel, a Sejuani, things that you need to be able to get through eventually. Not going for anything more aggressive. Extended trades are going to be helped out because of this for Minion Crusher, so that's a little bit of an interesting one. Other than that, things looking pretty standard all in all. Nothing too interesting. Rel with that Glacial, just going to be stunning people up for days. And this new reworked Rel, she really is insane at being able to lock people down.
An insane amount of CC. She is an absolute nuisance to deal with, especially if she's able to get on top of that single target like they really want to. And we are now on the Rift here, folks, for the very first game of the day. Are you excited, Bloxer? Because I sure as hell am.
Let's watch some Welsh League of Legends. That's not a sentence I thought I was ever going to say.
No, me neither.
Yeah, no, I love it. Let's see what the level of play is here. The ranks are pretty desperate, Some people sitting in Masters, some people in Diamond, Plat, all the way down to Gold 2, Gold 3. So,
but you know what? At the end of the day, rank doesn't matter until rank does matter. That's what I always like to say.
In these individual matchups, that rank can shine through a little bit, but we are in competitive where team play is everything. See multiple members hanging around towards this top side. Things just going to back off a little bit, though. Just wonder with production, would we be able to get these scoreboards sorted out quickly, just because a couple of members are in the wrong order?
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Yep. You are an absolute gem. Thank you. We just want to give a quick shout out to our production Velocity over in the back, doing a fantastic job getting this all together for us. Honestly, productions, they never get enough credit for what they do.
They do not. We just sit here doing absolutely nothing, and they have to run the entire back end. All right.
We just get to talk. That's our pleasure. We just get to talk a lot. That's a pretty easy job, all things considered.
Indeed, and we wouldn't be able to see the game without wonderful production. So, speaking of the game, it's going to be topside starts for both of these junglers, working their way down towards the bot side of the map. These two champions clear at relatively similar speeds, so we'll see who between Worship and Sorry? How are we saying that?
Is that a Welsh thing? I don't know if that's a Welsh thing.
I see Pala at the end, and I'm going to go with
Pala.
That.
Pala works. Yeah,
we'll see which of these two are going to be able to get down towards the bot lane earlier on. Gizmo has the ability to try land a couple of these knockups. Cotton stepping quite far forward. It's going to take a little bit of return damage, but missing the hook.
Whiffs. Ooh. 2 big whiffs so far by the support players. Yeah, I saw Khan trying to go for that play, trying to get that initial stun, looking to really poke out, try to run that Varus just a little bit, but 2 big whiffs for now. But that's kind of how it be sometimes.
Sometimes it happens, and the Nautilus, especially once you hit that level 6, once you have that depth charge, you can at least guarantee that you're going to hit something. Both of these junglers now on to their secondary camps at the bottom side, moving on to that second buff. Top lane, mid lane, getting a little bit of trades back and forth, but nothing too interesting. We're not expecting either of these lanes really to pop off until level 6 particularly. At level 6, the Gwen can fight back. Until that point, you really have to respect that level 1 to 5 damage that can come out of the Urgot. If you get hit by the shotgun knees, I don't care if you have any resistances in your early room pages, you're just going to get shredded.
Especially with PTA, which is going to do that armor shred as well. You're just in for a world of hurt. As Gizmo running for the hook, lands onto the Rel. They want to actually get the damage on. Can they stack up? Ooh. Ignite already out. Rel doing a fantastic job leaving away, but now Ringo Starr in trouble himself. But here comes the Sejuani from the back, is able to get onto Legacy, flash forward, gets the auto, and that's the first blood going over to the Kaisa, and it looks like, at least for now, fantastic job by Gizmo to stall the rest of the team for his jungler to show up, but he's not going to sacrifice his life in the process. At least trading out 1 kill over Worship. Can he get away? Paula doing a great job trying to come in and fight, but that's 2 kills going over to the artist.
Looked like it was going to be a great play for the artists. Luckily for Pirates, they're able to pull back 1 kill for themselves. And it was a great early aggressive play out of Gizmo and Legacy Gods to get both Con and Ringo Starr pretty low. But Worshipped was just that little bit quicker on the clear. Got to the bot lane, managed to find that initial fight. And sure, Parla got there, but he was a little bit too late. Wasn't quite able to clean up. However, everybody gets back to lane. Not too much gained, not too much lost. It's 1 kill to the Sejuani, 1 to the top lane.
Yep, top lane taking a lot, getting really bad, and that trade, that PTA proc hurts this early on.
Really, really does. A little bit too early to see any Drake spawns for the minute, so it's just going to be Scuttlecrab being picked up. It's going to be 1 to Worshipped, 1 to Polar, nothing too much separating these teams at the moment. On the initial recall, it's just going to be the full tank Sejuani, as one would expect out of Worshipped.
Ooh, ping going in the top lane. Sejuani, they want to get on top of it. He doesn't know that he's on a ward. Meanwhile, mid lane, great play by Gizmo to get the hook onto it, threatening the flash already. He's gone. Can't get the shuriken flip, gets the kill! Fantastic play by Minion Rushers, able to get the kill in the mid lane to win the fight. But now top lane a bit of trouble. Johan forced the flash, able to get away. Asphyxia nearly got the kill with the scissors. Killing the mid lane and throwing the top. That was a lot of damage.
You could see Johan felt like he was fine, felt like he could just walk away from that play, and then all of a sudden the snip out of Asphyxia, dealing so much damage. Luckily with the flash, just about going to be able to get away, has to blow the teleport in order to not lose too many minions. But in that mid lane play, Minion Crusher didn't really get involved with it until Gizmo and Parla had gotten poor Console all the way down low, then just flashes forwards, lands that shuriken, manages to pick up that kill, and giving over an early kill to an Akali is not what you want to do. Other hook, just a bit of trading here.
Early kill, threatening. So for somebody as slow as Relia, she does have a surprising amount of mobility, especially with that that dashboard that she has.
Now that she's been changed around, she's definitely a lot better to play. Doesn't feel quite so terrible once you get dismounted and you're slowly lumbering about. A little bit of a CS lead for Ringo Starr off of that initial kill, but rest of the lanes, even until we took top lane. Johan is up by a huge amount versus Asphyxia.
Yeah, that's a massive goal lead. That early pressure coming in, doing the work that expected of an Urgot this early on. Now, the one positive for the side of Team Artist is that their Kai'Sa did get that first kill and is decently ahead. But now here comes Gizmo, gets that hook. Khan having to go away. Flash coming in from Paula, isn't quite able to get on top of with the flag and drag combo. Meanwhile, Minion Rusher uses the flawless execution, trying to get on I don't even know how to pronounce it, onto the Syndra, but it's Khan. We'll just call him Khan for the sake of my sanity. Be able to get on top of it, threatening with the combo, isn't quite able to get the kill though.
Still hanging around towards the bot side are both of the junglers. Hook lands.
Yeah, hook lands, but Khan able to knock away. Paula's still here, tries the flag and drag forward, is able to get it, but the arrow lands from Legacy God, able to get the kill. Now Worship is a bit of trouble as well. Can he get one more auto? Meanwhile, top side, Asphyxia, he is condemned. Can he get the damage? No, not quite able to get the damage in order to get the execution. Dodges the needlework. It's a lot of aggression coming in from both teams. This is what I love to see from League of Legends.
I love the early aggression at both of these teams. Looks like Johan unfortunately missed the ult. He didn't have it when Asphyxia was finally low enough to be able to be pulled back. Unfortunately, not going to be a kill up towards the top side bot lane, though. I thought it was over-aggressive, you know. I thought Gizmo was going to hit that hook, and then Con's just going to leap away. Once again, not going to get anything too much out of that play, but the amount of damage out of Legacy God, able to hit that arrow as well, and it does so much damage, even when you're going towards the more AD build.
Yeah, I thought it was because he landed a chain of corruption there, but he still is only 5. So yeah, he just does a lot of damage this early on, especially once he gets a lot of those stacks in. Now take a quick look at our summoner spells. Legacy God is about to get his flash up as we have the Cloud Dragon Worship coming in for the gank top side. Trying to get on top of Johan, but isn't quite able to land the permafrost stacks that he wanted, and is able to get away.
Not quite gonna go down. Bot lane, you can see Gizmo constantly stood as far forward in these bushes as possible. Lands another hook.
Onto Kaisa this time. Now trying to stack up onto Khan. He already has 3 stacks.
That's all.
Arrow lands. Chain of Corruption actually lands. Can he get the damage? Not quite able to get him. Barely away with the take him out. But here comes Paula here as well. Going to threaten to use the Cataclysm right on top of Khan to get the kill. And Ringo Starr can only watch as his support gets deleted in front of him.
I know that Gizmo stood in that bush, but there's nothing you can do. You need to step up in order to get XP. Try to salvage a couple of minions worth of gold. Ringo Starr gonna get those?
Yep, but the TP is going to come out. Isn't actually able to get the kill. He isn't able to quite trade it out, but Gwen is here now. He doesn't have the needlework. Asphyxia just going to try to auto, trying to use the scissors. Emergency Tate, actually surprising amount of damage. Paula going a bit too far. He got too cocky with it.
Oh, he's
but
still
now
going.
the needlework is out. He missed the first part of the needlework, but now he can look on top of Gizmo. Asphyxia absolutely cleaning up here.
Will he be able to get Gizmo? I think Gizmo's just going to be able to get away from that one. Asphyxia looking. The amount of damage that comes out of that needlework is absolutely disgusting. You can see the idea out of Paula in the jungle. You know, he was walking around trying to wait to be able to use that flag and drag over to the blast cone, then leap over the wall. Instead, wasn't able to do that even slightly. Possibly looking mid right here. Minion Crusher going to need to be careful.
Yeah. Asphyxia going in. Is just able to just walk away. Meanwhile, top side, Johan almost got 2 plates topside because of that play. Asphyxia sacrificed a lot, still down 30 CS here.
Yeah, just having to move around the rest of the map in order to even find anything, because up against this Urgot, you're in such a bad way. Said once you hit level 6, oh, Ringo Starr.
Caught out a bit, flag and drag landed, but now Khan's coming in, rallying up the troops. Isn't able to do anything more than that, but they are positioning themselves to get this dragon here. Minion Rusher. No TPs on the top laner, so it looks like they probably won't get involved with this fight if a fight does break out here in the bot lane.
Instead, it's just going to be a 4v4. Both the junglers are around. Bot lane's in a pretty neutral state as well. So who's going to start this one up early as top lane continues to trade, but bot lane's where our focus needs to be. Jungle being cleared out, vision being set up right now. You can see there's some decent vision here for the artists. Pirate Esports don't have too much vision, so they're going to have to walk into this one a little bit blind.
Yep. Artists do have the position that they want, but they could easily get collapsed on. One good hook, one good Cataclysm. Jarvan does have his Cataclysm up. They're going to try to make the play onto Gizmo right now. They land the stun onto him. Despite it starting to get a little split, Paula comes in for the back, is able to land a massive Cataclysm, and now it's just going to be a cleanup as Ringo Starr desperately getting dove on top of him, but he's still autoing, he's still live, trades out. That's a kill. The Kali is dead. But now, do they have the damage? No, they don't. Artists are forced away packing at a great engage and a great flank from Paula and from Gizmo.
Oh, I really thought that that one was going to go well. Minion Crush, he went in, only managed to pick up 1 kill, gets taken out. Legacy God 2, not able to stay alive, but the amount of damage actually coming out of Paula, this Jarvan, it's got to be the Gore Drinker build because it's just chunking through people right now. You can see though, Worship is still around. Drake is getting pretty low though, he's going to contest.
It's going to be a 50-50 smite. He steals it! Paula steals it! The absolute mad lad. No, not Paula. Worship steals it. My bad. Now Paula threatened because the rest of the team is here. Gizmo's in trouble. Chains of Corruption lands, and it's actually going to root up and do a fantastic job to help at least get them away. But Worship, the absolute Giga Chad, is able to steal away the dragon.
That was daylight robbery right there. Just walked on in, nicked the buff, walked back out again. Just not a care in the world, and that's the issue with both of your big carries in your Akali and your Varus going back to base, having been killed. You know, you don't have the ability to deal any more damage, and so you just have to walk away. Lose out on that Drake after winning the fight. It is unfortunate still though. It's the first Drake, only a crowd Drake, not the end of the world.
But hey, that could be potentially tilting, you know? That could be the morale victory that they need.
I'd be so mad.
Yep. So, but they are up 3k. They are up about 3k gold, so that is in their favor. I don't quite know where we're at with Ringo Starr. I think he has about 2 kills right now, so Kaisa staying pretty pity. Minion Rusher, I think should have, 3 kills. Full item completed for the Kaisa. No full item yet for the Varus.
Things looking relatively even right now. This top lane matchup is an absolute chasm, but you can see still Asphyxia's holding his own, although saying
you just cursed Asphyxia.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Gets executed. Come on.
I've so far been decently good at avoiding caster curse. The last fight we'd seen before between Johan and Asphyxia had been relatively even, but that was just before the Titanic Hydra had been completed. That gold lead finally coming to really show some bearing for it, and unfortunately, yeah, the second that I praise Asphyxia, he's not only going to die, going to lose his turret too. That's a full 5 turret plates into the back pocket of Johan, and this Urgot is just massive.
He is going to be a force to be reckoned with, because he's going to just not only be chunky, as Paul is going for the play, Connell does not have his flash to get out of dodge, and it's going to be the flawless execution that executes him in the mid lane.
Well, I'm just going to get taken out right there. Plenty of damage between the Jarvan and the Akali. Though, Minion Crusher needs to be careful. Don't step too far forwards because there are 3 members of the Artist sat in the bot side jungle. Not going to be able to find anything. And if you take a look at the amount of turret plates damage that's been done, now that we've ticked over 14 minutes, a full 5 turret plates to Johan in the top lane. And I think all but 1 down in the bot side to Legacy God and Gizmo. So the gold lead pretty gigantic, and you can see it reflected. 5k gold in the lead right now. Our Pirate Esports doing pretty well for themselves, certainly getting themselves that bounty.
Yep, and now Fixie in a bit of trouble again, tries to use the Hollow Mist to run away. Is actually able to get out of dodge for now. Well,
has
bot
to just
side.
keep skip and slashing, can't step anywhere near. He's just going to continue bleeding out gold. Now sat down about 40 CS, which is gigantic.
Yep. Isn't even have his first item completed right now. It's just on components. It's not a good look for the square. It's not a good time.
No, absolutely not. You're going to have to make up for it in the other lanes. Currently, Conlon in the mid lane's been pretty shut down, but you've got a very strong jungle in Worshipped, and Ringo Starr, while he's been bullied onto a little bit, still a Kaiser, still with a Kraken Slayer, going to deal plenty of damage and has lots of CC to go leaping into the backline with. You have the press delete button out of the Syndra, and once you do that, you're in a little bit better of a spot.
Especially, they actually do land the ult. Now Minion Rush are forced to go into the Veil, able to use the Shuriken Flip to get away. That got scary there. Very good stun by Khan, but you know, Akali be Akali is able to get away scot.
Just that Twilight Shroud, it gives you so much avoidance. Although top lane, big collapse onto Johan.
There's 3 people going. They want to shut Johan down, but he does so much damage. Immediately goes onto the Syndra. The Syndra is solo, has to flash away. The ultimate coming out. Can they get the kill? He is so damn tanky, but they're able to get it away. Johan nearly turned that around.
Bot lane though, the action just does not stop. Gonna be able to take the turret.
The hook misses for now, hits the wall, but honestly, props to Johan. Flashes onto the Syndra and nearly executes him. It was just with her flash that just came off cooldown that she's able to dodge the Urgot ultimate to get away. Because if you got that, that was going to be a kill. And then also the fear, which he was able to do more damage as Paula goes in on top of 2. They have no way to get out. Uses the killer instinct to just try to get out of dodge. Sacrifices the light as support, but he gets out instead.
It's going to be Con going down right there, and with this build, the Black Cleaver build out of the Jarvan, going to be working towards the Gore Drinker, has a lot of healing and just a ton of damage too. Next Drake has spawned, so will be a potential take right here. Yeah, straight onto that one, and it is going to be conceded over by the Artists. They're going to pick themselves up the Rift Herald instead. Like you said, Johan nearly managed to take out Consulan. And that's huge, because the fact you had to send 3 members up to the top lane to try to deal with the Urgot, and even then it nearly didn't work out, it means that Johan could just sit in the side lane, constantly put pressure down. He can teleport into these team fights if he wants to, but if not, just keep laying down the pressure in the side lanes and draw multiple members up there, give the rest of the team a lot more freedom.
Exactly. I just want to talk about this Jarvan here for a second. Almost 10, he's been involved with 10 out of the 11 kills this game. This Jarvan has been so impactful overall. Like, if we're talking about a champ who's done a fantastic job trying to at least enable the rest of his team, right? Because we see a lot of kills going everywhere else because of the fantastic gang so far, those great engages, honestly. Paul has had it. Oh, lands. I think Paul will be fine for now because Ringo Starr is now here to help clean up the damage.
Looked janky as hell, that did, but like you said, nobody gonna go down. We are sitting at a couple of minutes until the Baron spawns.
Oh, Paula playing aggressive once again, but did he go a bit too far? The stun whiffs from Khan.
Had it landed, there could have been a potential engage right there. Like you said, Paula been having a really good time of it. Both of these junglers, to be fair, have been... bye-bye.
Yeah, that's a pretty pathetic Akali. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what an Akali does. You know, once you've got yourself that Proto belt, you're able to just jump on top of these people so
the
easily.
ult whiffs, the hook is on, but the Dragon Storm's on top of multiple people, but they've been able to keep him back. CC for so long, he goes down without any damage. He's so split apart, but here comes Johan from the back. Where the hell did he come from?
Urgot on the flank, and when he's this fed, it's a terrifying time. Still going in, they're going to be able to take this kill too.
That is so unfortunate. I think Sia thought he can try to at least stay in, clean up some of the minions, but just gets caught out instead. Right now, we're looking at an 8K gold lead for Pirates right now as they're absolutely slaughtering the Artists.
We are 19.5 minutes into this game. Like you said, an 18k gold lead, absolutely gigantic. Baron spawning in a couple of seconds time, and you can see the pings onto it already because these team fights are just being 1-1-1 right now by Pirates. They're in commanding position of this game, and with the next Drake, you know, not spawning for a little while too, it's a very good window to just move on to the Baron, at least draw pressure, and either take the Baron or look for a team fight win.
They did ping towards that Baron. They are positioning. Kaisa potentially going to be caught out here by Johan. Johan just lurking around the corner. That is one terrifying monster.
It is. Minion Crusher down towards the bot side of the map. Just going to keep on collecting these minions. Has TP with the double teleport right here. Something that you don't have on the Artist side. You know, they've only got an Ignite onto Continent. Gives a lot of extra map pressure as well to Pirates. And the way that this team is playing is really impressive. You know, always roaming multiple members around. Gizmo has been all across the map. Parla too.
Oh, Cog gets hooked. The hook lands from Gizmo, having to get away. Can he get the blast code? No, but the rest of the team is here. Vixie on the backline. He's going to get ulted. He's going to get deleted. Khan tries to pop the Magneto for something. Paula goes in with the Cataclysm as the execution. Double kill going over. They might try to give the kills over, but Khan, meanwhile, on the bot lane just gets deleted. Now Paula, did he step too far forward? But there's no damage. The Kaisa is not enough. And now it's going to be Pirates looking to claim their booty. This Baron.
Absolute wallet diff right here, smacking them over the head with the gold right now. This difference, 9,000, it's going to balloon to a 10k gold lead. Yep, already with that turret, especially once this Baron is taken. And this should just be a formality now for Pirate Esports to be able to close this one out. At Teamfight, it looked like it was going to go well for Pirate Esports, and it absolutely did so. The second that Gizmo hit that hook, things felt good, but the moment you knew it was going to go brilliant for them was when just, you know, trying to go in, gets hit with the Nautilus ult, gets hit with that Flag and Dragon, just 3-4 seconds of CC, chained through by Pirate Esports, not able to get anything done. Asphyxia dying, Constant dying, Ringo Starr dying. This game slipping out of the grasp of the Artists.
Yep, slipping away indeed, as now, as you said, it's just basically that just the home run lap around the bases. I mean, can I use a baseball reference when it comes to
do it? Go for it.
You know what? Screw it. We'll do it. Because I don't know enough about whatever you call football over here, I think, what we call soccer. So I'm going to make whatever references I can. But regardless, Dragon spawning within the next 30 seconds. Johan potentially being flanked by 2, but he doesn't care. Flashes forward. He wants to go into Ringo. Misses the ultimate, but they are both solo. They do no damage to this Urgot. He does nothing. He's just a monster. Now Khan trying to get in, but no. He's unstoppable. 6 kills to his name, and the support can only watch as his 80 carry gets deleted by the Butcher of Zon.
See, it's funny because I'm not playing. If I was against this Urgot, I would be so sad right now. Multiple members pushing towards the bot side of the map. Johan still playing.
Yeah, he's still going forward. Now Khan looks like he's in trouble. It is taking all 4 members.
Look at the base!
And the base is in tatters. The base is in tatters. They're having to fall up. Khan is so low. He needs to go back, gets his health back. Now Ringo Starr is respawning, but they're going to lose an inhibitor for it.
So for that play, right there, Pirates managed to pick themselves up 3 turrets, an inhibitor, and a kill, and a dragon. And in return, you managed to get 1 kill onto an Urgot. See, it feels good to eventually kill the Urgot, but this has been an absolute top diff right here. The whole map's been playing really well. Paula's been playing brilliant. Gizmo with the constant hooks, Minion Crusher and Legacy God making the most of their support and jungles engages, but this top lane is just unplayable at this point, with multiple members pushing down towards the bot side. with that Radiant Virtue as well on Johan. He's super tanky as well as dealing a ton of damage. It takes so much to be able to kill this guy.
That Radiant Virtue is going to make him next to impossible to kill, especially when he just dives in. Yeah, he was already living when it came to 4 members on top of him. Now have that on top of Radiant Virtue, he's going to kill everybody. I'm waiting for that Urgot pentakill. It's just going to happen any moment now.
Yeah, if they send too many members up, he definitely has the option to get 1 or 2 kills. Needs to hit the ult, that's the only thing. Johan's missed a couple of those, but, you know, minor details when you're up by this much CS, up by this many kills. Still feeling plenty good about it. 3 members pushing onto the mid lane for Pirate Esports, 2 up towards the top side of the map, and the bot lane wave pouring in as well. The base pressure is overwhelming right now for the Artists. They need to find an engage somewhere, but feels like this one's a little bit over.
Yep, it is just a ticking time bomb away. Oh my god, Asphyxia loses a quarter of his health just trying to go and get the minions. He's 2 levels down. He's 60 CS and he's 2 items down right now. It's just not been a fun game for him. Now, where's the engage going to happen? Who's going to make the ballsy play? How is Pirates going to end it? How are they going to send the Artists to Davy Jones' locker?
I've not seen a big Magnet Storm yet. Come on, Con. Get into the backline. Big Magnet Storm. Pick up multiple members. They need to do it right now because the base is crumbling.
Oh, they get the ult. They're trying to focus on the Akali. Minion Rush is so low. There comes the Magnet Storm as well. But Con is just delayed. And meanwhile, on the backline, Paula is able to land the Cataclysm of a lifetime as the ultimate is from the Urgot. And it is just going to be GG as the rest of Irish just plunder the base of the Artists.
Just getting taken down.
Oh, what the hell was that?
Oh, snipe right there out of Legacy God. Feels like we haven't been calling his name enough. Hits another beautiful snipe on that piercing arrow. The base falling down. Top lane inhibitor gone. Bot lane inhibitor gone. And that engage right there out of the Artists was exactly what they needed to do. But they needed to have done that about 10-15 minutes ago. At this point, the difference in item, the difference in gold is too much. Pirates just going to walk this one out. They want to look for a nice clean end to the game. 3 inhibitors down. Things in tatters for the Artists.
Yep. The only saving grace for the Artists right now is that Baron isn't up for a bit, nor is Dragon up for a bit either. But that's the only consolation that they have. Their jungle is being stripped from them. It is a full-on pirate raid right now. Actually, Khan did get... You know what? He did get red buff. You know what? He did get red buff.
Something at least. I mean, red buff on the Braille, maybe not exactly what you were looking for. And can I just say, your pirate puns are on point right now. You are loving the pirate theme.
I mean, I have to, right? Come on. It's just
you can't not.
For it. I can't. I haven't made any artist puns yet, so that's my only disappointment. But so far, I don't know. The Pirates have been at the helm, just absolutely laying waste to the artists right now. That I really there's just no joke to be made right now.
They're absolutely getting plastered by the Pirates. And, I mean, what can you do? They managed to pick themselves up a Drake, but you're down by, what is this at this point? 13,000 gold. Look at that. Blade of the Ruin King, Bork, Kraken Slayer, Rageblade, all of them completed right now for Legacy God. And it just feels like you can barely play the game because every time a member steps forward from the artist, you end up getting caught in that Cataclysm. Paula does enough damage entirely on his own. And then when you add in Minion Crusher going through the backline and the piercing arrows landing from Legacy God, it's so difficult to play. This is going to be a nice, easy Baron pickup. And with this Baron, with 3 inhibitors down, you can expect Pirates to just walk into the base and take this win.
Yep. There's just nothing they can do. Now, I want to see how are they going to end it. Is it going to be an Urgot pentakill? Who's going to get the pentakill? I'm expecting a pentakill here.
I feel like that's a good cap to this game. It's been pretty one-sided affair. There was a little bit of back and forth, you know, down towards the bot side of the map. That early aggression out of the Gizmo and Legacy God didn't work out. Now getting a lot better. This should be the final stand right here for the artists. Pirate Esports looking to go 4-0 in the standings.
Yep. Here they go, the Marion Power Minis, but they're going to try and dive on Paula. There comes the Magnet Storm as well. That's actually a lot of damage coming in. Legacy doing so much work. He's able to get down, but there goes the Urgot in the execution, and it's just all falling apart. Asphyxia now the last target left. The Minion Rushers trying to do the flawless execution and end this game for the artist. Pirates with an absolute stomping annihilate the artist from the Rift.
28-minute game, but this one felt over from about 15. Really nice game out of Pirate Esports. Should be well chuffed with that one. The artists didn't really manage to find anything. Both junglers, I think we have to highlight, both junglers had a pretty good time of it in the early game, but Pirates, the team play, constantly having more members at every single fight. The roaming from Gizmo and from... Why have I blanked? Brain stopped working. From Parla was really impressive. But Johan in the top lane, I mean, what was that? With that Urgot performance, was up by 40 CS about 10 minutes into the game, and from that moment on, just did not let it go.
Yeah, took that entire tower with all 5 plates, got that gold lead, 3 items. He was just ahead, and he just put his foot on the proverbial gas. Or actually, no, these are Pirates. He got the wind in his sails and was able to go down on the 7th seas and absolutely raid the coastline of the artists.
Super, super impressive win right here out of the Pirates. We should have a second game for them coming up.
So actually, that brings a good question. Now, who would you consider the MVP of that game? Because we talked about 3 great performers, but who would you have to pick as the MVP of that?
See, Johan is too cheap because it's very flashy whenever you play the Urgot and you manage to get that far ahead. It's nice, but it's not the MVP performance. The MVP performance for me, it has to be Parla. Those cataclysms, those ganks into the bot lane and mid lane to really get his carries ahead, and then just constantly landing a big cataclysm. I think he was absolutely my MVP.
Absolutely. Those early game plays, he put that pressure down bot lane because they had that Kai'Sa was ahead. That Kai'Sa could have been the difference maker, but he just stamped his foot on the ground, or he stamped his pole arm into the ground, declared Demacia, and just ended the game for them from in the bot lane.
Really did. It was brilliant jungling. Both junglers had a decent early game, but just getting outpaced, outstripped. The amount of damage off of that Black Cleaver build as well just meant that he could go in sort of 1v2, 1v3, still be able to survive off of the health, off of the healing as well from that Gore Drinker once it was completed, and then just set up the rest of the team. It's exactly what you want to do on the Jarvan. Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what you want to do on a Jarvan. That just textbook performance, honestly. I believe we are going to be going into a quick break before we go into our last game of the day. Yep, we are going to go into a break before we get into our next game. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to be more games here from the Pirates and over here in Wales. Don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back.